Hi, this is Ms. Doherty, and I want to show you how to use a database called Gale Research in Context. This is on the 8th grade Social Studies Research paper homepage, as well as other parts of the website. And I can get in just by clicking on it. You don't need a password. And this particular database is cross-curricular, meaning that it covers several different subjects. I'm going to go into the U.S. History section. You see 3 preview topics, and then click View All to see all of them. You see a good variety of topics here: 9/11, abolition of slavery, John Adams, the American president, the American colonies, Boston Massacre, the Jazz Age. They're pretty broad, large topics that you will need to narrow down. Railroad is very broad. Let's just look at railroad and see what kind of things we find. When we're in railroad, they'll all be set up the same way. Whenever you're in one of these subjects, at the top you'll have an overview article, which I'll go into in a second, and then below that you'll have these squares that have different content types. Reference, there's 134 reference articles here about railroads, 50 biographies, 26 images, 196 magazine articles, 30 audio files, 4 videos, 122 news articles, and 13 primary sources. Below that, we don't see any related subjects, but sometimes you will find related subjects down there, and it'll take you to another topic portal like this. You see railroad at the top, and if I go in here, this talks about the Industrial Revolution. There's some links to the Civil War. So you may find different topics within here: the railroad industry, the building of the Transcontinental Railroad, the federal land grant programs. Railroad is a very big subject, but if you're interested in it, you may find some links to and some information about much narrower topics within it. Related subjects are over here. That's actually a good thing to look for, related subjects. So this gives you a little bit more specific information. American westward expansion, railroad rates, Transcontinental Railroad. So that would lead you to some more specific topics than just railroads. Now, to get out of here, I can go back to railroad again. And then if I wanted to look at some of the reference articles, I click on that. And now I'm in all the reference articles are listed below. I also have links right back to all the other content types that were on the first page. There's my biographies, images, videos, audio, etc. The content level of the articles is marked in Gale. If it's yellow, it means intermediate. Red is advanced. These are all yellow and red. If you wanted to see if anything is basic, which is the easiest, you can just click content level basic, and that takes you to some easier articles. You might want to click basic and intermediate. Advanced can be quite difficult. One other thing you might want to look at while you're browsing is to look at the subjects. This is the sidebar, and the sidebar in a database is always there to help you. Just be aware you can switch content type here. You can actually search within your results, which we'll talk about in a more advanced lesson. You can limit your content level, but you can also look at other possible related subjects. So when I clicked on that plus sign under subjects, notice how all these different topics pop up. These are all topics that are related to railroads. Now, this just says railroads, so that means it's eliminating a bunch. I'm not going to go in there. Emigration and immigration related to railroads. That is going to get into those issues with railroads. American westward expansion, Transcontinental Railroad, United States history, industrialization, Asian Americans. So as you see, there's lots of the Pullman strike. This is a whole different topic. I'm just going to go in there. There are 5 articles that are related to the Pullman strike in 1894. That could become a paper topic, the Pullman strike, if you found it was something that was interesting. When I clicked on that, it took me to these 5 reference articles about the Pullman strike. Now I just have one biography. It took away a lot of the other resources that I had up here when I limited it to the Pullman strike. That doesn't mean there's not a lot of other information in this database or other places on the Pullman strike. It just means that with the subject railroads, that's all that's showing up right now. If I click this X, that takes Pullman strike off, and now I'm back to my original list, and I could go back and look at the subjects again. I really encourage you to use different tools that are available to help you explore different topics.